As you begin submitting your claims, it's going to be really important to review all of your claims logs, whether you have that in your software, whether you use a clearinghouse and you need to log into that clearinghouse website. Make sure that you're doing that. I would suggest you do that every day, if not a few times a day, but depending on your situation with your practice, make sure you're doing that often. This way you're going to be able to identify something quickly. You don't want to let it get away from you. You might see something that looks a little different. You might be used to some kind of rejections that you're seeing now. All of a sudden you may get something you have no idea what that rejection means. And it could likely be due to ICD-10. Important thing to remember is when you get something like that and you need to call. Let's say you want to call the payer to find out about that. You can't just call the claims department, because when you call them, if the claim was rejected at the transmission level, they're going to say, sorry, that claim is not on file. So you need to have the contact information for the EDI department. So either ask that claims person to connect you or give you the contact information for their EDI department, or go ahead and set up, get yourself a little cheat sheet ready with your top payers so you know who to reach out to. That EDI department is the one who's going to be able to tell you, yes, we rejected it at this point. Maybe it's something like I just spoke about, that you billed it with an initial encounter, and so that's already been billed. So just make sure that you have those numbers ready so you can contact the EDI department if you need to. Another thing is verify your charges and your diagnosis codes that are coming over from interface partners. A lot of people may use a practice management and billing software or directly through a clearinghouse, but they use another vendor for their electronic health records. You want to just keep a close eye on those things. Make sure that it's coming over accurately. Do a little spot checking. Check your encounter on your EHR side. Make sure that what you've received into your billing side is accurate, that ICD-10 code crossed over correctly, and that all of the codes you selected for ICD-10 crossed over correctly before you submit that claim. We do want everyone to plan ahead in case they have a slowdown in their revenue. That's the scariest thing for practices, small practices. Most small practices don't have money set aside. It's really difficult on them when they have a slowdown. So make sure that you have a plan in place, that you're really staying on top of all of this so that doesn't happen to you. You don't want to end up in a situation where you're not checking your claims logs and you're not, following up with payers, and then all of a sudden you haven't received a payment in 45, 60 days from your biggest payers, and the whole time the claim was rejected within 24 hours of being submitted. So make sure that you have someone on your staff that's going to be doing that. If you don't have someone in your staff, now's the time to outsource. A lot of small practices are really limited on the staff that they have. You're going to need staff that's going to be following up on this. So if you have someone in your office, maybe you can sort tasks around and they can take on some of these additional duties. If not, really consider outsourcing so someone is following up on that. And just be prepared that all payers may not be ready to accept ICD-10. Those of you who went through the 4010 to 5010 claim conversion, we know, we've kind of been there, done that. When we switched from 4010 to 5010, we all thought, okay, great, all the payers now, we're going to all send with these 5010 standards. Nope, that's not what happened. They didn't accept them. So keep that in mind, that you will have some payers that are just not going to be ready. And that's another reason why you need to keep either your software updated accurately or this spreadsheet that you're going to use, so you know what to send to that payer so you can get paid in a timely manner.